The heart of Christianity beat strong in Rome on Easter Sunday, April 20th, 2025. Under a sky washed clean by spring rain, St. Peter's Square thrummed with the anticipation of the faithful. They had come from the corners of the earth to witness Pope Francis deliver his Urbi et Orbi blessing. It was a tradition as old as the church itself, a message of hope and peace offered to the city and the world. The air crackled with expectation as the frail figure of Pope Francis emerged. He was 88 years old, his body bearing the weight of recent illness and the passage of time. Yet, his eyes, though aged, held a spark of their characteristic warmth. He was a shepherd tending his flock one last time, his presence a beacon of comfort and faith. Despite the festive atmosphere, a somber undercurrent ran through the crowd. The Pope's recent hospitalization for pneumonia had cast a long shadow. Whispers of his frailty had echoed through the global community, a stark reminder of the precious fragility of life. The faithful knew in their hearts that this Easter might be their last glimpse of the beloved pontiff. The popemobile, a symbol of papal accessibility, became a poignant reminder of the pontiff's declining health. Gone was the energetic figure who once traversed the crowds with a vigor that belied his age. In his place sat a man visibly burdened, his movements slow and deliberate. His breathing, labored and shallow, was audible even over the hushed murmurs of the crowd. A nasal cannula, a constant companion in recent weeks, remained absent, but the effort required to speak was evident. Each word was a victory, a testament to his indomitable spirit. Even seated, the Pope radiated a palpable aura of kindness. He offered weak smiles and gentle waves, his eyes connecting with those fortunate enough to meet his gaze. It was a look that transcended language, a silent communion between shepherd and flock. The Urbi et Orbi blessing commenced, a ritual steeped in centuries of tradition. The Pope's voice, usually strong and resonant, was but a raspy whisper, often breaking with emotion. He spoke of peace, of hope, of the enduring power of faith in a world riven by conflict and uncertainty. At times the effort proved too much. An aide, a young priest who had become a constant presence at the pontiff's side, stepped forward. He held the prepared text, his voice clear and steady, ensuring the Pope's words reached the farthest corners of the square. Yet when the time came to deliver the traditional Easter greeting, Pope Francis motioned for the microphone. He took a deep breath, gathering his strength. "Happy Easter," he rasped, his voice hoarse but filled with an undeniable joy. The Easter Sunday appearance was not solely a religious event. It was also a stage for international diplomacy, a testament to the Vatican's unique position in global affairs. Before the blessing, Pope Francis received a number of dignitaries, including U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance. Their meeting, though brief, was heavy with significance. The two had met previously, their conversations marked by a shared respect despite their differing views. This time they discussed issues close to the Pope's heart: the plight of migrants and refugees, the need for peace in a world consumed by conflict, and the importance of interfaith dialogue. The meeting, though brief, was a potent symbol. It spoke volumes about the enduring power of dialogue, even in a world often defined by division and discord. It was a message of hope, a reminder that even amidst profound differences, the possibility of understanding and collaboration remained. The day after Easter, a hush fell over the Vatican. The joy of the resurrection gave way to the somber weight of mourning. Pope Francis, the people's pontiff, had passed away peacefully in the early hours of the morning. The official announcement made by Cardinal Kevin Farrell, Camerlengo of the Holy Roman Church, confirmed what many had feared. The Pope's recent bout with pneumonia had taken its toll, his weakened body finally succumbing after a long and fruitful life. The news reverberated around the globe, a collective gasp of grief and disbelief. From the bustling metropolises of the Americas to the remote villages of Africa, people mourned the loss of a leader who had touched countless lives with his humility, compassion, and unwavering commitment to social justice. Section 6. The Church in Mourning. The ancient rituals of the Church swung into action, a well-choreographed dance of mourning and transition. The papal apartments in the Apostolic Palace, usually abuzz with activity, were sealed, their silence a poignant reminder of the absence at their heart. The College of Cardinals, the body responsible for electing the next pope, began to assemble. Cardinals from around the world, clad in their crimson robes, descended upon Rome, their faces etched with grief and the weight of the task ahead. The world watched and waited, united in grief yet hopeful for the future. The passing of Pope Francis marked the end of an era, but it also heralded a new chapter in the long and storied history of the Catholic Church. Section 7. The Journey to Rest. On Wednesday, April 23, the mortal remains of Pope Francis began their final journey. His body, clad in simple white vestments, was transferred from Casa Santa Marta to St. Peter's Basilica. Thousands lined the route, their heads bowed in prayerful silence. Inside the basilica, the body of the beloved Pope lay in state, granting the faithful a final opportunity to pay their respects. A steady stream of mourners, young and old, rich and poor, filed past the casket, their faces a tapestry of sorrow and gratitude. For 3 days, St. Peter's Basilica became a sanctuary of shared grief and remembrance. The air was thick with the scent of incense and the sound of hushed prayers. The world mourned the loss of a shepherd, a voice of conscience, a champion of the poor and marginalized. Section 8. Gathering of the Cardinals. As the public veneration drew to a close, the Cardinals gathered in the Sistine Chapel. Behind closed doors, they began the solemn task of electing a successor to Pope Francis. The conclave, as it was known, was a process shrouded in secrecy, a sacred duty entrusted to them alone. The world waited with bated breath, eager for any hint of white smoke, the traditional signal that a new pope had been chosen. Speculation ran rampant, fueled by whispers and rumors emanating from the Vatican. But within the Sistine Chapel, the Cardinals deliberated in silence, guided by the Holy Spirit. The legacy of Pope Francis weighed heavily upon them. How could they possibly hope to fill the void left by such a transformative figure? Yet they knew that the Church, guided by faith, would find its way. Section 9. A Legacy in Simplicity. The funeral of Pope Francis was a testament to his life and teachings. In accordance with his wishes, the rites were simplified, stripped of unnecessary pomp and grandeur. The focus, as always with the Argentinian pontiff, was on the essential message of the gospel: love, compassion, and service to others. Cardinal Pietro Parolin, his voice thick with emotion, presided over the Requiem Mass. He spoke of the Pope's humility, his unwavering commitment to the poor and marginalized, his tireless efforts to promote peace and understanding between people of all faiths. As the final notes of the Mass faded, a profound sense of loss settled over St. Peter's Square. Pope Francis was gone, but his legacy, like the gentle echo of a church bell, continued to resonate. He had challenged the Church and the world to embrace a simpler, more compassionate way of being. And in his death, as in his life, he reminded us that true greatness lay not in power or prestige, but in love, humility, and service to others. On Divine Mercy, Sunday, April 27th, a special Mass was held in St. Peter's Square in suffrage of Pope Francis. It was a fitting tribute to a man who had dedicated his life to proclaiming God's mercy and love for all people. The world mourned, but it also celebrated. For in the life and death of Pope Francis, they had witnessed the transformative power of faith, hope, and love.